So I got a story here from BuyingIntoTheComics.com. Mainstream media outlets disingenuously claim She-Hulk review bombed by angry male fans, despite series having more false positive reviews than negative. Latest attempt by the legacy media to cape unquestionably for Disney's next product, numerous outlets are attempting to claim that She-Hulk attorney bylaw has been the victim of a review bombing campaign, despite the fact that the series actually holds more false positive ratings than negative ones. I didn't care much for the series myself. Like I said, I had done a review. I'd give it a 4 out of 10 for the first episode. It's not, the writing. I can live with the CGI and all that stuff. They just, Titania doesn't get treated very well either. Let alone Banner. Hulk, he gets treated like shit. They make Jen insufferable. She's just too smirky and stuff, which would be fine if she actually got a little bit of comeuppance on some of the, because basically the way, just to sum it up real quick, they make her like an antagonist, where she's she's flawless, she's infallible, she's got no flaws, no negatives to her character, pretty much. She's in charge of everything. Plus also some of the male bashing goes way overboard. Anyway, August 17th, they talk about various outlets, including comicbook.com, Inside the Magic, The Direct, and Screen Rant, all run headlines sensationally warn that She-Hulk has been targeted for review bombing on IMDb. Because they're talking about the widely panned and cringe-inducing marketing campaign, which came replete with a title card declaring it as a must-she series. There it is right there. Here's their evidence for why it's been review bombed. The media pointed to the site's user reviews page for the series, wherein She-Hulk can be seen to have received hundreds of one-star reviews. 980 of this article's writings from users whose opinions on the series have already been solidified thanks to its aforementioned marketing. Which is very interesting because, there's a lot of one-star reviews. And, hey, maybe people that's, just trying to send a message. They're what do they call it, brigading or whatever. But if you look up here, look at all these 10s. Actually, let me move the page up a little bit. Look at all the 10s. There's actually more 10 ratings than there are 1. So, Anyway, many of these outlets, most notably Inside the Magic, courtesy of their headline, attempted to further build up the series' armor from criticism by noting that most of those negative reviews came from male IMDb users above the age of 18. Well, how many, what the hell? But what's also absurd is, it's just kind of weird that the breakdown, like it's all females on average gave it an 8. Under 18, a 10. Then 18 to 29, 8.4, 9.4, but only 3.3 for the 8 who are over the age of 45, which is actually the lowest out of all of these, which is weird. But it seems like the older people didn't care much for it, I suppose, if you want to look at it that way. But anyway, whatever. It's just ridiculous, And I'm assuming because obviously the 758 and the 50, 808 doesn't come anywhere close to adding up to the ages and the gender, that a lot of those people just didn't give their gender. So you're kind of basing this off of bullshit anyway. However, as explicitly obvious and clear in the above bar graph determined by the legacy media, ignores how the series has also seen a stronger review bomb in the other direction, outpacing the negative one at almost every checkpoint. Then it talks about over 1,000 fans are said to have given the series a perfect 10. By ignoring this substantial fact, the legacy media has essentially asked readers to believe that while all the negative reviews are unfounded and come from angry fanboys who haven't yet seen the series, the positive ones are genuine and express the true quality of the Jade Giantess's MCU debut. A stunningly bold but ultimately far too common tactic. The only thing more believable than the media's framing of the story is the claim that Daredevil has any hope of surviving his cameo in the upcoming series with his character unscathed. There he is wearing his kind of yellowish costume. Although, there's red here, but anyway, whatever. It's just, they've already talked before about how it's going to be a lighter take on Daredevil, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing, but it's not really a good thing either. Because if the quality of the quote unquote comedy in the first episode is any indication, it's not going to be funny at all. I didn't laugh once in the first episode. I might have almost chuckled once, but not really. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. That's the end of the article. I'll link it in the description box if you want to read for yourself and kind of go to the links and all that kind of stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's not surprising because shills are going to be the ones who are going gaga for it. Now, it's like if you give the series a 10, you're probably a shill. If you give it a 1, you're probably a shill in the other way. It's just not a. It's if 5 is average, I would imagine most people would be in the 4 to 6 range. Maybe dipping down a little bit further, to 3 or maybe up to a 7. But there's nothing in that first episode that would make you sit there and be like, "Oh, this is awesome. This is incredible." But at the same time, there's also nothing in there that makes you go, "This is complete bullshit," because it's just the first episode. It might get better. We know it won't, but when you're rating these things, you can't rate it on what you think is going to happen. You got to wait and see what happens. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.